Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Happy Thursday to you. Coming at you live to share some more about national list counts and how you can run your own counts, take that power back into your own hands and get yourself a prospecting list, some data to get some business going. Sorry for the glare. I have my glasses on today, but my glasses match my Nerd Magic shirt. So we love helping you find out how to get data, how to execute using it. So right now today, though, we're going to focus on the data. I'm going to show you National List Services, our count site, nationallistcounts.com, and how you can look at business data. That's usually most people are looking, if they're B2C, they're going to do the consumer list. Obviously, if they're B2B, looking at business data, we deal a lot with business data. So I wanted to share a few differences in the files today. And just 1 minute, let me put that in the trash there. Perfect. And again, if you want to join us and come into the studio, ask some questions live, you're welcome to. You just need to text JOIN to, let me make sure I get the right phone number. You'd think I'd have it memorized by now. It is 402 285 3282. So again, text JOIN to 402 285 3282. I need to write that down permanently in front of me. So let's get to it. I'm going to share my screen on National List Services. Let me get to start a new search here. I hope your week is going well. It's the first week of February. Love a new month. Hit it early in the year, early in the month, early in the week, early in the day. I did not get started early enough today. I know that always sidetracks the day, so we're getting back on track. Share. Let me share my screen here. Here we go. There we go. National List Services. So this is nationallistcounts.com where you can go build a list. We are not going to leave you hanging. You can go to start.nationallistcounts.com to see videos on how each of these files, what you can select, how you need to order it, so that we're not keeping any secrets from you. We're helping you take care of it for yourself. I had a gentleman I was talking to the other day. Instead of directing him to start.nationallistcounts.com, I made him a really quick Loom video. If you don't know about Loom, you need to get that. And I emailed him instantly. I saw he started watching it. Next thing I know, he's ordered his list and he's good to go. He's all taken care of. It's not hard at all. Let me help you. So what I want to focus on, like I said, was our business files, because these are most often the files we visit. So in office for us on our support team, our default is usually DMB master file. But there are some items that sometimes aren't a good match there. So we'll go to the data Axle file. And then from there, we might try National Business Database. And I don't want to leave out our hot list here, National DMB National Hot List. This gives you access to new businesses. And I'm going to share this first real quick, because this really does fit a great niche. If you're trying to advertise to new businesses, this is excellent. Let me go to additional selections. Where is the hot? There's a hot list. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Hotline selects, I think is what it is. Perfect. This is exactly what I want to share right here. So you can pick the new business perfect for you to reach out to. And honestly, with the situation we've had with COVID and business the last 6 months, year, it hasn't been awful. I'm not trying to be negative, but there have been changes to businesses. So this would be something ideal. I have a client right now looking at this. So this has new to the world, brand new business out of the gates, new legal name. Maybe they restructured something, new to the file, owner change, CEO change, company name change. Those kind of have to do, like I said, with the legal name, updates and changes to the company. But when they restructure, that's the time to get in the door. They're looking to change other things. Things maybe didn't go well. They had to make adjustments. Here's the time to change a vendor, a service, whatever you're offering. Address change, telephone number change. That's excellent. Excellent things to select from, because you know they've moved. You know things need updated, and perhaps other people aren't going to be finding them. You need to find them. There you go. Get in the door right away. Sorry for that pregnant pause there. So this file is excellent for people looking for new businesses, in their area to advertise to. So keep the hot file in mind. That being said, let's move on to I like contrasting the DMB master file with Data Axle. So Data Axle has a 6-digit SIC code breakdown, whereas DMB has an 8-digit. But sometimes they have different granularity to what they have to offer. So I want to share that next. On the master file, I had a client come to me, and kind of their breakdown of this was, when you're looking for high-end titles, decision makers, the C-suite titles, DMB is your go-to. But if you're just looking for a business with a contact and you're going to call and you know who you need to ask for, not by name, but like by title or by, hey, who there handles this, Data Axle is your way to go. So that was interesting to me. She described it that way. I go based on what selects do they have that are perfect for this ideal list. If I can't build the ideal list here, let me try it on Data Axle. So over on DMB, one thing I pointed out before that I like to reiterate, it's in our videos at start.nationalistcounts.com to instruct you. When you want to add emails to your business search, you need to pick the title code. And if you have no title to pick, you just pick them all and you get your top contact. And so that way you're guaranteeing you're getting an email. And I show that in detail on the videos so you know. And then when you order, you need to make sure you order it a specific way. I share that too. I don't want to leave you hanging and get in the wrong list. It's easier to help you get the right list the first time. So keep that in mind. Those videos are helpful. On SIC code though, I'm going to look up one. This was a unique search, or no, SIC code, not DDM. That's a decision maker. I'm going to look up. So maybe I'm looking for companies that do tubing or kayaking or canoeing down a river. That's something I'm looking for. So I'm going to type in tubing. And when I click search, enter doesn't click search. You have to click search. I start looking for that, and it gives me every business code that has tubing in the title. So that lookup is very convenient when you're not sure where to start. One more tip, you can put in a company phone number. If you know, hey, this company does what I'm looking for, let's find other companies like it, you can use their phone number and search, and that'll tell you their SIC code. And sometimes it's good to search 2 or 3 to make sure you're getting the right SIC code, because sometimes companies have more than one SIC code. So make sure you're getting the right code for what you're looking for, and that's their primary SIC code. Use your phone number. But here I typed in tubing, so it's going to give me a listing. And I know what I'm looking for is right in this area, but it's not here. And let me check the third page too. Maple sap tubing systems. Nope, not tapping any trees here. I want to tube down the river. So that select is not here. And I know that. I did this earlier this week. That's why I picked this. But if I go over to Data Axle and type it in, which I'll do in a minute, I'll show you. You can find it there. So again, use this search. Use a few different options or keywords. Like I could use kayaking. Not a great speller. I'll tell you that about myself. Here it is, kayaks. That's building of kayaks. Here's dealers, but it's not giving me a place where I can go, like an outfitter where I can go and kayak. And usually that's a key word. Let's type in outfitter. See if that pulls up something. There we go, outfitters recreation. But maybe I want to make sure they offer tubing, not just outfitters, because usually outfitters will load up the canoes or kayaks or tubes and then drive you down and drop you in the river. And then you circle back around with them and they pick you up. But we want to know who offers tubing. So to get more fine-tuned, let's go over to Data Axle. So it's always good to search 1 or 2. When I was first starting using this system, I would run it first on DMB and then run it on Data Axle and see how they compared or matched up, how the detail was, so I can make sure, am I getting what I want? On Data Axle, which is formerly Info USA, they renamed, so you're familiar with that. I'm going to go to business type SIC code, and I'm going to do a lookup here. And I'm going to type in tubing and search that. And here, again, it's going to give me every SIC code that has that word in it. And I'm going to switch over to the next page. Let's see what we got. Okay, so here it's giving me amusement and recreation, which is similar to DMB. It's also giving me some government codes of state parks that offer tubing. So that's helpful. But let me go back to one. And I know why it's not doing what I want. I typed in the wrong word. It's float. If I had done this on DMB, it wouldn't have pulled up anything. I know this. Float. There we go. This is exactly what we're typing in. Now it's going to pull up. Trust me on the DMB. I tried it earlier. I just used the wrong word. Float is not there. Floating is here. Float trips. So here it's under tour operators, 4725. So if I go to the business tree and I look up 47, 47 is transportation services. Well, that fits an outfitter. They transport you from one place to the other. So to get exactly who I am looking for, tour operators, I could pick float trips. And as I move down through the SIC codes and find outfitters, I can pick that as well. It's going to dedupe. When you pick these SIC codes, if they fall into more than one category, it's going to give you all their SIC codes in relation to your industry selection. It's not going to give you a record under float trips and a record under outfitters. It dedupes itself. So don't worry. Pick all the different business selects that fit what you're looking for, because oftentimes it's not just one SIC code. There's usually a variety or a few that are building your list to make up who you're looking for. If you are fortunate enough that you are advertising to one industry only, sole focused, then you're set. You know what you need to look for once you find that SIC code. If you need reference help on SIC codes on our data cards, you can go to nationallistservices.com, and there's a button at the top that says data cards. Go there. We have put together all the little details that are helpful to you. And what you can find there on those data cards is, I believe, oh, no, that's in our videos. So our data cards are there. Check those out. But in our video learning center, the one I mentioned, start.nationallistcounts.com, on the sidebar of the business files, we have referenced siccodes.com, or you can do naxcodes.com. And if you're searching in here and coming up with nothing, like you're not sure, and this happens to me too, you come into SIC code, you go to look up, you're trying everything, and it's not pulling up what you are trying to find. Go to that website and it lists the whole tree and itemizes it out, and it might simplify it to find your SIC code. So you would just open another tab, go find it. When you get it, come back, select it here, and always make sure you click add SIC code right here. You'll go to run your search and it's going to give you the whole universe of all the businesses listed here because you didn't lock in that SIC code. So make sure you click add selected SIC code. So we try to keep it simple for you. We give you a variety of options. I want to share real quick one more thing before we wrap it up. On the National Business Database, there's a lot of selections here too that are unique to this file. What I like about this is that under business type, no, selections, they have a different breakdown of what the titles look like. So you can come in here and really customize this and find what you're looking for by title. There aren't emails on this file, but you can get contact name, phone. You're going to get the business name and address. Base record. So I think I did a live a while ago. If you're watching me on any of my other channels, I do a live. I try to do one every day, but I did one about lingo. Every industry has their own lingo. And so sometimes we'll do something. The most common lingo not understood by us is we'll put cost per thousand, CPM. So usually our data comes at a cost per thousand, and we break it down for you. But sometimes we just need to type out cost per thousand records so that you can do the math and figure that out if you need to. Another lingo we might have is base record. A base record is name and address. So on consumer, the base record's name and address of the person at that address. On the business, it's going to be business name and address. If you want to add a title to narrow down exactly who you're looking for, if you want to make sure you're getting a name of somebody at that business, at our business, we have 8 or 10 names. So you want to make sure you're getting the right title and their name. direct phone line if you can. Otherwise, it's going to be the main line for the business. You want to make sure you're grabbing all that information. On Data Axle, you can get all that information for $100 per thousand. On DMB, the base record is 60 per thousand, and as you add title or you add something else, it's a cost per thousand per select. So that's when you really want to make sure you're getting the right select, building the right list. And that's why I've made these videos to help you out. I hope this has been beneficial to you. Check those data cards to see the details of each file. Again, that's at nationallistservices.com, and there's a button at the top that says data cards. We keep them up to date, and we can always add more detail because sometimes the bare bones is not enough. So if you see something we're missing or you have a question on it, let me know. Audrey@firstdirectmarketing.com. I hope this benefits you so you know there are more than one option to find your right list and build it. And you can find access to those videos at start.nationallistcounts.com. I go through each file and share the little points, the little nuggets you need to know on how to build and order that list off of that data file. So let me know anything that I can answer for you better. I don't see any chat questions live, but again, I'm always here via email, audrey@firstdirectmarketing.com, all spelled out. You can find me on Facebook as well, on YouTube. Check any of those lives. We have a lot of content to share, more than what I can share in our data roundtables about execution, multi-channel, omni-channel, lots of nuggets. And I want to make sure you have access to it all. So check us out. Derek Jordan, thank you for joining today. I'm glad you said hi. If you have a specific question, shoot it out. I've got time if you need any help. And again, we just are after making sure you got the right list and the right data. Hope you guys have a fabulous rest of your week. It's not over. Friday's not the end of it. We all know that. So keep in touch. Join us here each week, noon Central Time on Thursday. And we will catch you again next week with some valuable points to share. Let me stop sharing my screen. There we go. Thanks for joining, Derek, and anybody else out there who's watching. Let me know any feedback so next week I can pick a topic that might be exactly what you need. Have a good one, everybody.